Welcome to another How to Use and Getting Familiar with Stable Secretary Online. In this video, we will be exploring the Settings menu, which you can access through the gear wheel, and specifically the section Your Lists. Your Lists is where you can customize anything you may need to have in here. So it's split up as horse information, and you can put things like allergies a horse may have, special health conditions, the kinds of feeds that you can use to add on the feed chart or for the horse's feed ration. You can put all of that in here. There are some standards that show up automatically. You can, of course, delete or edit those, add anything you want. Most of these Your Lists, custom lists, work the same way. There's going to be just over here on the right hand side, new something type. You put it in, you hit add new feed type, and it will go in there. So there's a couple of other lists. You can also customize registration types if your area or whatever has special kinds of governing bodies, breed registrations, whatever you may need to have in there. Renewal types, Coggins, FEI, passport, stuff like that's going to be in here automatically. Maybe you have other renewal types like leases, special kinds of leases that you do at your facility. You can add renewal types specifically for just contacts. And then we get into the health and breeding. And this is where you can customize the lists for health records when you choose these kinds of health records. So deworming, general health, injuries, injections, kinds of breeding records like inseminations or milk types, therapies, vaccinations. You can change. There are some standards in here that show up. You can edit them, delete them, add your own. Like at my farm, some horses get the intramuscular strangles. Some of them still get the modified live up the nostril. You can add all that in here. And then when you're adding a health record over here, and you choose vaccination since we were just there, when you go to hit type, this is where those custom items show up. So if you need to add things, this is how you get to it. The biggie is service records, services and prices. I'm going to quickly show it here. I will do a specific video just for services and prices since it generally does only apply to our performance and professional subscription levels where creating service records is a function. But same thing, there's going to be some standards that are in here, and you can use add new service to create any new service you want. So again, services and prices will get its own video where we show you how to add, edit, what all these toggles mean, just because it's more involved. The last customizable list is resource groups. Resource groups are used, they feed into the schedule when you are creating a detailed event. So you can add resources. By default, the group is barns, equipment locations, miscellaneous paddocks, and rings, which you could change to be arenas. So again, that one is pretty involved, and I will make it its own video. Come back here. So this is where any of these lists where when you're adding records, when you're editing a horse's profile and you want to be able to add these kinds of health informations, registrations, feeds, insurance companies, whatever, anything for the health and breeding records, all that's all done through here. And again, I will be making separate videos specifically about services and prices lists and the resource group lists.